Honey badger. It's a little gift from my wife. I want to encourage you to look it up. The honey badger is relentless, just continues to go, man, go. There's some funny videos on YouTube or Google with respect to that. But I want to talk to you today about operations. I know a lot of times we're talking about some of the macroeconomic things going on in the country, but really what I want to speak about is the importance of operations. I've said this before. This is the decade of operations. Last decade, you could have been, half blind, drunk, or stupid and bought and made money in real estate virtually. Now, again, not absolutely and completely. There's plenty of people that kind of messed up stuff and, barely fumbled out and, either lost money or broke even. But that being said, we were in a time of, declining interest rate, cap rate compression. Good Lord, people bought a deal and, 12 months later, boom, and just they made money on it. And you got these, jokers online going, oh, I made 150% return because I'm so awesome. It's like, well, yeah, you were actually in a great market that compressed in the cap rate by 2 points. And yeah, you did decently well on your business plan or even good, but the market really helped you. And so I say that because I said before, we've been focused on operations really since 2020. Even before then, we were definitely focused on the proper operations, how to asset manage, how to move forward, how to implement the business plans, all those things. But when COVID hit, thankfully we had kind of we were essential workers, if you will, so we could still come to the office and our office space was big enough for us to have some space and room. But we really sat down and implemented the protocols of how we could do best practices moving forward. And now subsequent to that, over the last several years, and I've shared with you some of the challenges we encountered in multiple, counties in and around Atlanta, Fulton County being one of them, where they charged Trump, where they purposely skirted the laws on eviction. And even to this day, some of those counties are still running 7 to 12 months on eviction. I mean, it's crazy. But so we have focused on operations, how to really implement and execute, how to hold property management teams accountable, how to move forward the business plans. And that has enabled us to navigate some difficult times with some of those eviction scenarios, as well as the fact of the interest rate environment we're in, where even too, we'll share, in some of the later videos, properties that we bought even in 2021 and sold 2 years later in 2023 and made a profit. And like, there's plenty of people that have bought thinly in 2021 and, they're struggling now in 2024. So again, operations is key to that. The other piece of it that we haven't talked a lot about, and I'll probably shoot a separate video just on this alone, is that we've started our own vertically integrated management company. One of the things that we've seen over the many years and many different, partners in terms of property management partners is that we're not as satisfied with the standard that we have in relationship to the standard that oftentimes they have. They don't sometimes move quickly enough as our desire in replacing an on-site team member that we identify as weak, or they're reactionary, meaning that we're the ones that are forward-looking on what's going on in the marketplace, and they're responding to our request. And so as a result of that, this year we had planned in June to start our own property management company and to begin to roll that out across our portfolio. However, we started earlier in April due to some failure of a property management company that we had worked with. They had been good. They had done well on execution. They sold out to a larger national firm, which is kind of rolling across the country, buying as many property management companies as they can. And the result of it is they lack accountability internally. Their structure is not good, all these different things. So we knew that it was necessary to replace them. And we started with our team there, hiring our very first on-site team members. Just this past month, we hired 2 regional managers, senior regional managers that will take over selective properties as we move forward. And then, on a weekly basis, and I would say on at least 3 meetings per week with different and sometimes overlapping team members, we're focusing on the operational aspect of things. And really, actually, as I say that, it's actually 5 meetings per week, so it's every day of the week. that we're focused on the improvement of operations. And now look, we don't do meetings just to do meetings. That is not how we operate. We have a daily huddle that's going to be starting just a short time off from me shooting this video. And what we do there is we come together, quickly share, here's our wins from yesterday as it relates to our big focus items. Anybody that's got a red alert, yellow alert item, meaning that they're having some challenges, they're off track. And then, we move right into here's what our focuses are for the day. So it's really an important element that we use. And then in our other meetings, we have a team meeting, and then we have high priority meetings as it relates to particular properties. And then we also have the operational meetings. And then also now, of course, the integration of the property management team meetings as well. So they all have specific purpose to drive operations forward. You've got to look at certain KPIs. You've got to have implementation of certain processes that we're doing and have done to ensure that our team members are executing to the highest level. And so I want to encourage you, many of you I know are business owners, you need to focus on operations, no doubt, because even though we expect interest rates to moderate a little bit in the year ahead in 2025, there's no doubt it's going to be a more difficult environment over the years ahead. And this decade, I would say specifically, is going to be critical to having operations-focused efforts. And so I want to encourage you in that. We'll talk more about that in the future. But again, operations, operations, operations. Have a blessed and victorious week, for this is the week God has ordained for you.